I have known you for a while. You were my realtor, and I just absolutely love our experience with you.
Thank you.
You made it extremely comfortable, and that's what I love in a realtor, because you listened to what we wanted, and you got us there.
Aw, I appreciate that. Thank you. It was fun. You were a fun couple to show homes to.
Yeah, so it was super fun. So just to introduce you again, you're from Keller Williams, Hometown Realty, and how long have you been there?
We opened our doors June 1st of 2022, so just last summer.
Awesome.
Yes.
And can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and your journey into the world of real estate?
Sure. So this is my 18th hot summer of selling real estate. So going into my 18th year. I started real estate because I had a mom that sold real estate for 20 years. And then she had suddenly passed away, and her and I were always going to sell real estate together. So I was like, okay, I think I'm meant to do this. And I love homes, but I really didn't know a lot about real estate other than showing homes. And it involves so much more than that. But so 6 weeks after she had passed, I found myself in real estate school. And about 6 months later, finally got my license, and then just took the bull by the horns and ran with this business. And I have no regrets, and I love what I do, and I love helping people. So it's been exciting.
I love your story.
Thank
I didn't
you.
know that.
Yeah.
That's very awesome.
Thank you.
Look at you. That's so cool. And how old were you when you got into real estate?
I was 34 years old, so 18 years. That puts me into my 50s now.
Nobody needs to hear about that.
Right.
Oh, well.
Yes.
One of our friends and our owner here, she always is like, this will happen to you when you're in your 50s.
When you're 50.
Yeah, when you're 50, this is what's going to happen. And I'm like, oh, I don't need to hear about that yet.
Right.
I don't need that negativity.
It seems like it's so far away, and then suddenly you're counting down the years, like you're like, how did I get here so fast? But
yeah.
And your mind still thinks you're 30, so that's what's weird,
Yeah.
So,
yeah. My mind still thinks I'm 20. So
right.
It's got to catch up.
Don't let it happen.
Oh, okay. Good. I'm going to stay young forever.
Amen.
So how long have you been working in the real estate industry? We already asked you that, but what are some of your most memorable experiences during this time?
So real estate is always interesting because there's I kind of have a fear of animals, and I always feel like there's an animal involved in my real estate showings. So there's been like coons and trees right above where I want to enter. So I'm always afraid they're going to drop out of the tree. or I have this fear of wearing open-toed shoes during showings, because I feel like, what if a mouse runs across my toes or some animal? And then you always hear about the animals in crawl spaces and so forth. But probably my most memorable was, and this happened years ago, but I was showing this property and looking out into the woods, and all of a sudden I'm like, what do I see? A white bucket, a white bucket, a white bucket. Suddenly I realize they're growing plants out of these white buckets, but not like legal plants that you would normally see. I'm like, I think we have an issue here. So that was pretty memorable.
So did you have to address that with the seller?
I did.
How
yeah.
awkward.
It was a little awkward. And at the time they had their grandson living with them. So they had no idea it was taking place. So I think, I brought it to their attention, and certainly I'm sure there were some actions taken, but I was like, okay, back up slowly. I don't know what to do here.
That is so funny.
It was bizarre.
Yeah, so you don't get bored with real estate.
Never get bored. And when you hear about, you walk into homes and they forget that there's a showing and people are in the shower, that happens.
Oh.
So I'm like, sometimes they have no idea I was even in their house with my client, because I'm like, we need to leave and come back when, they're more aware that there is a showing, and maybe don't take a shower during that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
it happens.
Okay. Being a real estate agent often involves being an active member of the community. And I know that you are. How do you engage with the local community, and why do you think it's important?
I think it's important just to let them know that, I love the community. I love what Sydney and Shelby County offers, and what's in our area. And I feel like it's all right here. We have except for shopping, big town shopping, but I love the boutiques. So big shopper, but I just feel like it's important to give back, so like there's a lot of people that use me for real estate, which I'm extremely grateful. I feel extremely blessed. But I also feel like I need to give my time back as well to the community. So I sit on the board for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I am really enjoying that. This is just my second year on that. Bree and I met in BNI, which is a business networking group, and we meet every Tuesday morning at 7:30. Always looking for new members.
Where at 7:30?
Sydney United Methodist Church across from the library. So everyone is welcome. I sit on the Power Board, which is a group of women in Shelby County. So POWER stands for Passionate, Optimistic Women with Encouraging Results. And they give multiple grants every year to schools, parks, just any children's organizations, and extremely just giving to the community, which I love.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I
And
love that.
I sit on a church board, or am part of a church group with my church, and then also on the MORE board, the RIS board, which is with the Realtors Association out of Troy. So we meet once a month. And
how do you have time for all of this?
I sit in a lot of meetings. I'm telling you, my family's always like, "What meeting do you have tonight?" And I'm like, "Yep, I got another meeting," but I enjoy it.
Well,
So,
that's good. That's amazing. It sounds like
Thank
you
you.
do a lot for our community. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I enjoy it.
Yeah. So the big question is, as you look ahead, where do you see the real estate market heading? Do you envision adapting to potential changes, or is there going to be bigger changes? What's going to happen?
Yeah. So real estate is always shifting, right? Every 6 months we have this little, sometimes it's a minor shift and it's not very noticeable. And then sometimes we have this major shift where interest rates impact our business, of course. And so right now interest rates are what is considered to be on the higher end, because we've not seen these kind of rates in like nearly since I began, in nearly 20 years. So it's changing just the direction of how buyers look at, like, what can I afford? How much can I afford? What is my max amount? And hopefully those will level off and we don't hit the 8s by the end of the year. But the feds are calling maybe for one more hike in interest rates before the year is up. If that's the case, then, it might cool down a little bit, which we always have the winter cool. So that's not unusual. But definitely we're seeing a shift in our market. Yeah. But so right now it's a seller's market, and we may see those scales change a little bit where it's going to become more of a buyer's market too, hopefully.
Yeah.
We need some leveling.
We do need some leveling. We need more houses.
We need more houses. Yeah. So if you're looking to list your house, I'd be happy to help you, or just talk to you about even a market analysis.
Yeah.
So.
And to get a hold of you, we just go down to Keller Williams.
Sure. Come down to my office, 215 West Court Street. It's not my office, but it's our office. There's 16 agents there. It's 215 West Court Street. We are right across the street from the police department, catty corner from the Dollar General down there. Also, you can contact me at my phone number, which is 937-726-5767, or my email address is nikkirealtor71@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's perfect. So then everybody should be hollering out at Nikki to get them a house or to sell their house.
Thanks, Bree. I hope so.
Yeah, they should. I think that's a very exciting. I think that I love everything that you have to say and everything you have to offer as a realtor. Like I said, we used you. We had a couple houses picked out, and we were like, we need these houses, but they don't check mark all the boxes. And you were like, wait, hold up, Bree. Let's go across town. I have one for you. Just come check it out. If you don't like it, that's fine. But it check marks all the boxes, and it did. And we absolutely love our home. And so we would have never found it without you.
Good.
And that's
Thank
amazing.
You.
Yeah.
I'm happy I could help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I want you to have that same experience with everybody else. So that's perfect. And I've never heard anything bad about Nikki as a realtor. So that's really good, because, some of them. I'm just kidding. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with our listeners, whether it's about the real estate industry or maybe your personal experiences?
Just if you've ever entertained the idea of becoming a real estate agent, certainly come talk to me. I'd be more than happy to just direct you in the path, how to get started. If you want to get started and look into it, it is an investment, certainly, and but it's a payback investment where, you sell a couple homes and it will definitely pay you back. And then maybe you'll catch the bug and want to do this, full time even. So we're always hiring at Keller Williams Hometown Realty. So if you're interested, please let me know.
Awesome. That is great. So, Nikki, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being on the show today and being behind the business. Love everything you do. Check out Keller Williams. Again, if you want to call Nikki, it's 937-726-5767, or hit her up via email at nikkirealtor71@gmail.com. And check out Keller Williams online. They got a lot of cool houses and a lot of opportunities for everybody. This is Bree with BS in the Afternoon on Hits 105.5.